Hi, I'm Carla Adams. Today I'll be reading from my book, Ancestral River, A Spiritual Journey for the Living and the Dead. And I'm on chapter 15, Earth Realm Angels. During hypnosis, I said to the oneness, "How many kinds of angels are there?" In hypnosis, I felt two distinct vibrations around me and called them guardian angels and archangels. Guardian angels worked with people. Archangels worked with other parts of the universe. Some of each kind existed on Earth in the biofield of nature, and both kinds were in the oneness also. I said to Universal Spirit, "Did Earth Realm angels used to once live in the oneness?" The answer was yes, but they thought they would have more freedom and authority on Earth, so they chose to leave the oneness. Intuition called me outdoors. I stood in the ley line, sensing into the spiritual world around me. Universal Spirit took me into a vision, to a place without light that vibrated with sadness and smelled like stagnant wastewater. Many angels were there, grayscale, like ancestors in the waiting place, but they had higher voltage than the ancestors. I said, "But what about the angels who love you?" Universal Spirit said, "The angels in the oneness are with me everywhere." Suddenly I could feel them surrounding me, brighter and stronger than ancestors in the oneness, and vibrating with love and joy. One day in my garden, an angelic presence moved toward me. It said, "I want to cover you with my love." Not feeling threatened or scared, I allowed it to spread over me, but I felt grayness, not light or love, and said to it, "You're not from the oneness. Leave me now." The Earth Realm angel moved away from me and left the garden. One morning during meditation, I said to Universal Spirit, "I want to know more about how the universe works." Just then a spirit entered the room with a cool breeze. He said, "I've been sent to answer your questions." All my other questions in meditation had been answered directly, either by Universal Spirit through words or vision, or by intuition giving me a strong inner knowing. So I asked it, "Are you one with Universal Spirit?" The being remained silent. I didn't feel the love or joy of the oneness in its energy. Only wanting wisdom and knowledge from the highest source, I remembered the cool breeze and said, "You need to leave." It disappeared. One day, an Earth Realm angel came to my garden from the direction of the negative vortex. His vibration was asking me to help him transition to the oneness. Uncertain, I ignored him, but as I entered my house, I was thrown into an emotional tizzy, wanting to curl up and cry. The gray angel was in the room. I said to Universal Spirit, "Can Earth Realm angels transition back into the oneness?" Universal Spirit said, "You know the answer. You desire the restoration of all things." And so I asked, "Is it safe for me to help them transition, or can they keep me from being deeply connected with you?" Universal Spirit said, "They pretend to have power and authority to be able to control people. But if they don't want to go to the oneness, they have to leave when you tell them. Other Earth Realm angels will be angry if one of them transitions. But if you hold the intention that they cannot harm you or your family, they can't." So I said to the angels and the ancestors in the oneness, "Is it okay with you if Earth Realm angels return to the oneness?" Their voices sounded in unison all across the room. Yes. Holding the intention that I was protected, I said to the Earth Realm angel, "If you are ready to be in the oneness, you can go now." I felt a cool breeze as the angel moved past me and stood in the vortex. He was equally male and female. He moved like an ancestor, but was 2 or 3 times bigger, and he was much taller than the ceiling. His transition felt like friction that moved slowly from my head to my feet as he entered the other biofield. It used much more of my energy and took longer than ancestors did. I said, "If there's any other angel ready to transition today, please come now." 4 came. Each was 12 feet tall. The vibration was intense, and again the transition took longer than for an ancestor. I was worn out. In a second, the restored angels came from the oneness and hugged me with gratitude, then returned to the oneness. When ancestors enter the oneness, they look around at everything with awe and wonder, as if seeing something unfamiliar to them. But the newly transitioned angels were excitedly remembering things they used to know about the universe before they left the oneness. I said, "Dad, how do you feel about angels returning to the oneness?" He enveloped me with his love and joy for the universe, including for the new additions in the oneness. Often, ancestors from generations long ago who were ready to transition came to my house after dark. One evening, after ancestors had transitioned, I said, "If any angels are ready, you are welcome to come now." I heard them. "We're ready," they said. As the 3 angels transitioned, their energy felt frayed, like a mild electric shock or electromagnetic damage, just as the outer edges of the restoration group had felt the first time I tuned them. Afterwards, I wanted to sit down and rest, but one who was much larger than the others entered the room. I said to the archangel, "Transition now or leave. You can't stay." He joined the oneness, returned to thank me, and left again. In my next hypnosis session, I said to Universal Spirit, "Why do Earth Realm angels have a more intense and longer transition? Ancestors use very little of my energy, but when an Earth Realm angel transitions, my whole body vibrates slowly from head to foot, as if I'm the angel entering the oneness." Universal Spirit said, "Their frequency is different than ancestors, and their voltage is higher because they are bigger, but it's also higher because their knowledge is greater." I asked, "Why do they speak with an authority that the ancestors don't speak with?" Universal Spirit said, "They know more. They know who they are and what happens in the spiritual world and what happened in the universe. Ancestors don't have this knowledge until they get to the oneness." A friend who came for a tuning was upset, expecting to lose her job because she wouldn't take a requested vaccine. My fork pulled away dense energy that wasn't hers. One of her ancestors in the room said, "I lied so much during my life and brought negativity to others. I took away their positive energy with my lies." As I continued clearing the ancestor's energy, he spoke again. "I really want to join the oneness, but I don't think I can because of all my lies." I said, "Yes, you can. We're clearing your regret for your lies, and you can join the oneness today." After his pocket of energy cleared, I was stuck in dissonance at the outer edge of my friend's ancestral field. Again, I felt dense energy blocking my work. An Earthrealm angel stood outside my house as if holding on to the shirt tail of the ancestral field, attaching his controlling attitude to my friend and the ancestor who wanted to be free. Intuition said the angel represented all the spiritual energies, hierarchy, and lies that were keeping my friend and her ancestors from knowing they were made of universal spirit. I said to the angel, "You have no right to hold them. Leave." The energy cleared quickly as the angel left. As I worked with a friend who wanted to increase her awareness of a constant connection with universal spirit, an Earth Realm angel appeared next to me. The forceful tone of his words and his vibration of anger and manipulation were meant as a threat. It said, "Why are you doing this?" Obviously, he didn't want the oneness, and he didn't want my friend to desire it either. So I jumped across the room to stand in the vortex for higher voltage and faced him. We have the right to know we are made of universal spirit and to choose to live as spirit beings.